Welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. They'll be learning about a musical performance taking place here at Troy University. My guest is Director of Bands, Mark Walker. And even though Mark is here, we're not necessarily talking about any of your bands performing here on campus. We've got a special guest coming here, but you've got a little bit of inside information on what's going on here, and it's the Air Force Band.
That's right. It's the United States Air Force Band and Singing Sergeants from Washington, D.C. They're one of the 5 premier military bands in the country, and they're going to be here on October 13th at 7 p.m. performing in Claudia Crosby Theater.
And so I would think that this is something that doesn't happen that often. I know in my time, I don't know if I've remembered having something like this happen, having a band like this come and perform. So it's got to be a unique opportunity for Troy University.
Right. This is a very rare occurrence. They're actually going on tour, and it's the first tour that they've been on since the federal government went into sequestration a few years ago.
Okay.
So this performance on October the 13th is the opening night of their tour.
Oh, okay.
And they're touring Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. And it's just going to be a fantastic performance. You know, they tour the country in each year, and they go to different regions. And so this is the first time in a long time that any military band from D.C. Has been on the Troy campus. And so this is a very, very unique and very rare opportunity for Troy and for our students to hear one of the premier band ensembles and choral groups anywhere live and in our backyard, and it's a free concert.
Free concert, and you talk about them being premier, and a lot of folks out there who are used to seeing, the work of your bands,
Right.
it's good, but this is something, it's a different level. You're
talking a different level.
You're talking about military precision put to music at this point.
That's right. These the folks that are in the band and in these singing sergeants are graduates of universities and conservatories from all over the world. They are some of the finest musicians, finest singers, finest instrumentalists that you'll find any place, and they are on the same caliber as any major symphony orchestra. As a matter of fact, personnel from the military band, from these top military bands and orchestras will trade off from time to time. And they are just absolutely top-notch players that you're going to find any place, and they're going to be on our campus.
On your campus, and they not talking necessarily trading off, but exchanging musicians kind of in a way that some of your students get a chance to help out with the performance.
That's right. As a matter of fact, we've got about 15 instrumentalists and about the same number of vocalists that are going to perform with the Air Force Band and Singing Sergeants. The instrumentalists are going to perform a march called the Southerner by Russell Alexander with the Air Force Band, and they were chosen to do that based upon a number of criteria, but that's really exciting for them. And then a number of vocalists are going to join the Singing Sergeants, I believe, on a rendition of Battle Hymn of the Republic. I think that's correct.
And so it's got to be an amazing experience to be able to, participate in something like that. Do you even get offered the chance to do
That's
something
true.
like that?
I've never played with a military band or anything like that, and so these students who are going to have this opportunity are going to get to do something that I've never done, and I've been doing this a long, long time.
Now, let's talk about the concert itself. Like, what can folks expect out of this concert, especially music-wise and performance-wise?
Well, the concert's in 2 parts. So there's going to be an intermission. The first part is going to be a band concert. There's going to be some serious music, of course, some really exciting overtures, some lighter stuff, marches, military tributes, and that kind of thing. And then the second half of the concert, the Singing Sergeants are going to join the band in I guess for lack of a better word, a Broadway review, which they're going to reprise a number of favorite hits from a number of Broadway shows, and it's going to be really, really terrific.
A good variety of music for folks that want to appreciate this sort of thing. And of course, as you mentioned, it's an opportunity for the public to see this, but your students as well. For music students, I would say this has got to be a unique opportunity that your students have got to be excited to take advantage of.
Absolutely, because like I said, these musicians are some of the finest in the world, and they're going to spend some time with our students here. Free of charge. This costs us nothing except for the time in the facilities. The tickets are free, and so our students are going to get to interact with these wonderful musicians for the day.
And now, at this point, you the tickets are sold out. Is that correct?
That's true.
But there is an opportunity for people watching this to
Exactly.
see this.
Exactly. There are no tickets left. However, if patrons show up by 6:45 and there are seats available, they will be seated without a ticket.
All right. Well, here's hoping that folks out there who don't have a ticket yet can take advantage of that. And once again, before we go, when and where?
October the 13th, Monday night at 7 p.m. in Crosby Theater.
All right. Well, good luck with the concert. And
Thank you.
it sounds like it's going to be a fun time for everybody
It's
involved.
gonna be fantastic.
So thanks.
Thanks very much.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.